guys, welcome to another Oily Skin Diaries. If you're not familiar with this series, I have crazy oily skin, so I like to test out foundations for you, show you how they wear throughout the day, talk about the price, shade ranges, what they do to my skin. So today we are going to be doing the Joe Fresh Stick Foundation. I recently featured this in a What's New in Canadian Beauty video, which I will link to down below. By the way, I recently hit 5,000 subscribers, so thank you so much for that. I've got a great giveaway, so I will also link to that. And thirdly, this is a collaboration with my good friend Making Up Ashley. If you've been with my channel for a little while, you know that we used to do collaborations all the time when I lived in Newfoundland, and they were so much fun. And this is our first collaboration where we don't actually get to sit next to each other, and that's kind of sad. But she has the Joe Fresh Fluid Foundation. I've got the stick, so we're both going to test it out, and you can see what they look like on both of our skin, how they react, and let's just go ahead and get started. So if you aren't familiar with Joe Fresh, it is a Canadian brand, and it was recently featured on Whole Look though if you live in the States, which is cool, so you'll get to try it out. If you do live in Canada, it's available at Shoppers Drug Mart more recently, and then it is also available at Loblaws, Dominion, Superstore, and Joe Fresh also has a clothing line, which is kind of amazing. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my face. So this foundation stick retails for $16, which is a little bit up there for a foundation from the drugstore. It is high coverage, creamy, available in porcelain, bisque, sand, and almond. Only 4 shades, which is kind of a bummer. I'm using the shades sand, which is a little bit lighter, and almond, which is darker. And if you saw me use this in my Get Ready With Me, I kind of use it in the same way that Nikki Tutorials does. So the darker parts around the contours of my face, the lighter parts in the middle of my face. So it's nice that it comes in this stick. It's a creamy formula, but not too creamy and slippery. It's quick to be able to just kind of put it on your face and blend out, and it does seem to have pretty good coverage. I also can't find anywhere about how much product is in here. It seems to be a normal amount, but I'm not used to stick foundation, so it seems to be a pretty decent amount. A little bit goes a long way. So as you can see, I switched to a brush halfway through my demo. I definitely like a brush better than a beauty blender, which is kind of rare because normally I go for the beauty blender, but where it is kind of like a thicker product, it is just easier. It effortlessly buffed into my skin with a kind of flat top brush. I don't find that it feels heavy on the skin, but it's also kind of not, it definitely feels more lightweight than you would think for such a creamy formula. It's got a pretty matte finish. There's only, I guess maybe demi matte. It's got a little bit of shine on my face. And then as for pores, it doesn't seem to highlight my pores at all. I don't have a big issue with pores, but I find some foundations definitely make it look a lot more noticeable than they actually are. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup. I don't have on any primer. I'm not gonna use a setting spray or anything like that. I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup. I am gonna lightly powder, and then I will do some photos to show you what it looks like in flash and in natural daylight. Okay, so I am back. I have all of my makeup on now. I'm actually wearing a little bit of new Lorac makeup, so if that video is up, I will put it down below. But I really like the way everything blended onto my skin. It definitely has a matte finish now that I have powdered it a little bit, so we'll see how matte it lasts throughout the day. In natural light, photos look amazing. It has great coverage. It definitely covered up all of my acne spots, my breakouts, any discoloration on my face. And then in flash photography, there is a little bit of a flashback. It doesn't really list it as having SPF in it, but I really couldn't find a ton of information on this foundation. It's a little bit light under my eyes, but that is just due to concealer. So I will check back with you in a few hours. It is now 11:23, and we'll see how this wears throughout the day. So I have had this foundation on for about 3.5 hours now. My natural oils are starting to come through, but I'm definitely not oily. I don't feel like my pores are showing too much. It definitely does look like I have foundation on, so it's not like a natural, really natural finish, but it is a pretty high coverage. So we're in a car right now because my boyfriend rented a car to do his driver's test for a Canadian driver's license. So that's why we're in the car. We're going to IKEA and Costco and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, I will check back in with you when we get back later tonight. So I am back. It is the end of the evening. It is now 9:29, so it's about exactly 10 hours that I've had this foundation on. You can see that I am definitely shiny. My lights kind of make it look a little bit worse than it actually is, but I did not blot today. I did not powder. I didn't touch up at all. So for me, someone who is extremely oily, these are some pretty great results. It's worn off a little bit on my chin. I had a scarf on today and it was kind of rubbing on my face. It's really cold here again today. It just became winter out of nowhere. But overall, I gotta say I'm really impressed with this. My blush is still like completely perfect on my face. It hasn't like broken down in a weird gross way. I'm just like kind of oily, and like I said, it did wear off, but that was kind of from my scarf rubbing on it. So overall, I gotta say I am really impressed with this foundation. It has a good wear time. The price is decent. It's a little bit up there for drugstore. My only like real complaint is that it only comes in 4 different shades, so that to me is like a big no-no. But if you can find your shade and you are looking for a stick foundation, I would totally recommend this one. I definitely do really like it, and if you're Canadian, it's always nice to support some Canadian brands, right, Rue? Exactly. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if there's any other foundations you would like to see an Oily Skin Diaries on. Just let me know down below. Don't forget to enter my 5,000 subscriber giveaway and to check out Making Up Ashley's Joe Fresh foundation review as well. If you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!